Well. Hey, everyone. It looks like the SJWs, the leftists, or the anti-democratic folks in Hungary, apparently they've ripped the page out of the SJW leftist collectivist book and are now using that as a pretense to rail against the very democratic process in their own country. You heard, like you've seen, folks, come on, whether it's in the UK with Brexit or the US with Donald Trump getting elected, all of his opponents, all of his detractors on the opposite side of the political aisle, they've been now over a year straight demonstrating and protesting against the democratic process, which is something that they all predominantly promote. Like they set up the rules for a game, they lose the game, and now they're like, oh, I want to overturn the game because I lost. What a fucking bunch of sore losers. Like these are petty tyrants and authoritarian piece of shit that are just, basically they're just a bunch of whiners and complainers and ideological zealots that are just pissed off and chomping at the bit that, damn it, I didn't get my chance at authority, or I haven't had the capacity to continue my authority. We were so close to creating a globalist one world government. We were so close to bringing out global communism to the entire world. It's like, now these fuckers have been disrupting our plans of global domination. Like, what the fuck? Was Soros fucking writing some of these articles and these fucking dipshits are just promoting them? Or I don't, like I say, weird shit here, folks, but come on. Listen to this headline out of CBC News World. Thousands in Hungary demand new and fair elections after anti-migrant PMs win. Opposition supporters upset Viktor Orban won large majority with around 50% of the vote. Well, here's the hilarious part, folks. It's like he won a large majority. Actually, let me just read a little bit before I intervene here. Tens of thousands of anti-government protesters marched Saturday in the Hungarian capital of Budapest, demanding a new election and a new national electoral system in the biggest opposition rally in years. Prime Minister Viktor Orban was re-elected for a fourth term last week. His right-wing populist Fidesz party won a supermajority in the National Assembly, with preliminary results showing that Fidesz and tiny ally, the Christian Democratic Party, won 134 seats in the 199 seat legislation. So they didn't just get a majority, a super majority, which fucking tells you that obviously, hey, you fuckers love your democracy, right? That's the thing, these people, oh, you love democracy, except when you lose. That's the thing. Hey, you promote super majorities, you promote democracy, you promote majority or mob rule. Hey, and then when you lose, you're like, oh, I don't like it no more. Fucking night. So you really don't care about democracy. You really don't care about majority or mob rule. All you care is as long as the majority or the mob is on your side. In the absence of that, you fucking hate democracy. Just admit it, you bunch of leftists, because you are a bunch of authoritarian piece of shit, just like your right-wing counterparts. The only difference is you got a better story, you got a better sales pitch, you got a better narrative than some of your right-wing counterparts. That's about all you've ever had throughout all history, is a better sales pitch, a better narrative. But in reality, you're all just two wings of the same fucking authoritarian bird. Opposition supporters are upset that Hungary's electoral rules have given Orban's party such a large majority in parliament when it only won around 50% of the vote. But that means all your other parties were all divvied up. Like I said, you fuckers set up the rules, and then when it doesn't work to your favor, I don't like the rules anymore. Fucking goddamn. While the left-wing opposition parties won 12 of 18 seats at stake in Budapest districts, Fidesz won 85 of 88 seats outside the capital. The other 93 seats were allocated based on voter for party lists. So they're like, hey, Budapest, ooh, the central. You know, we're the big crony corporatists. We're the fucking government hacks. We're all the fucking authoritarian collectivists. It's like, oh, you lost out to what? It's like in the U.S. What? Mid-America? Oh, what, you thought you could overwhelm all of the rest of your country just by this one small area? You could dominate them for all of eternity and nobody would ever rise up or revolt against your shit. Well, guess you're seeing reality. I guess that's kind of destroyed your little conceptual beliefs in your central planning authority model, because, hey, if you get people the pretense to have central planning authority, well, guess what? Your counterparts also have that opportunity. Protesters marched from the opera to parliament, shouting, new elections! We're the majority! dictator and filthy Fidesz. Well, obviously you're not the majority, right? Your political process suggests otherwise. So either you get rid of the political process completely and start, like, maybe try going libertarian, where not everyone's trying to seek out the power of the gun to force or impose their ideas on everyone, or you play the game that you set up, and when you lose, you fucking lose and accept the fact that you lose. But you set up the games and you've been willing to play the games as long as you were winning the game. Don't get mad now just because you can't win the game. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.